ago, I stopped smoking. Drinking. Now I just full-time work out.
Did she say that today she stopped smoking and drinking? I mean, I guess, you know, it's never too late. You know what? It's now screw that. Sometimes it is a little too late. Sometimes it is a little too late, but it's still a good thing.
Now I just full-time work out.
Real talk, is this an American thing? That is a huge plate of food. God damn. What? That is a hefty... Look how huge that plate is, bro. And it's like 4 pieces of chicken with... Jesus Christ. I mean, maybe it's one of those special occasion kind of things. I'm just wondering if it's a cultural thing, because that's like a plate for 3 people. And if it's Thanksgiving or you're celebrating or something, then I can understand people gorge a little bit more, but damn. I've seen people eating stuff like that every single day, and that's like a normal serving for them. So I'm wondering if it's like a cultural thing with people here, or maybe she's bulking or something. I don't know, but dude, she does mention that she works out, so she could be fasting or she could be bulking. So that's possible. That's another thing too, like, you know those mukbang channels? How do people fit all of that in their stomach? Do they go off camera and throw it up later? Because that can't be good for you. You know how you can get water toxicity from drinking too much water? Can't you get toxicity and like super sick from eating way too much food in one sitting? Just looking at it is making me feel nauseous. Like, maybe it's for different people. I'm expecting like a people around her, 2 other people on either side also eating from the plate, but that's just for her alone. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I think there should be public services, you know, when it comes to kids and people having them while you're doing stuff that's obviously not good for them. Hair looks fire though. Hair design's really cool. Yeah, I just feel so bad. I know people are gonna say, oh, it's great. It's better late than never. It is a little bit late. It's a tad bit late. Like when you've already done damage. And then you're like, let me walk it back. And so I'm sorry, man. My filter is keeping me from saying what I really want to say. But I will just say it because I have to be honest. It's very selfish as a parent to choose to be healthy for yourself, but you don't love your kid enough that when they're growing inside of you, you'd make that choice to be healthy for them. Now that the kid is out of you, now you're going to be healthy and make those choices. So you messed up the kid by drinking and smoking because she said she's going to start today. So I'm assuming that while she was pregnant or before the point that we're seeing here in the video, she was doing that. So you selfishly was like, let me do all of that while the kid is inside me, knowing this is gonna mess him up. Now that he's out of me, I wanna be healthy. Were you trying to get rid of him? Like, what is the logic there? Why even bother stopping? I mean, maybe to be present in your child's life and you messed up and you wanna correct it. At the same time, I can completely understand why people like this cat shit. Because there are a lot of people out there, and I know I keep bringing this up, but I like using examples like this. There are a lot of people out there that will look at people like me and say, you're selfish for not having children. These people don't know you from Adam, and they want you to have a child that they have nothing to do with. And this is one of the reasons why you should not be forcing people to have kids, because there's just some people who are not equipped to have them. You should have the option to terminate your pregnancy. I'm sorry. I'm an advocate for that. It's not that I'm going out there and trying to preach to everyone to go do it, but I would rather people do that than do this to children, because now you're bringing suffering into the world. For what reason? You have no business being a parent. Oopsie doopsie, you had an accident. Cut it off before it gets any further. That's what most animals in the animal kingdom would do when they realize they're not able to take care of their child. And you may say, oh, well, adoption and blah, 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 but then you're still doing those things that are hurting the child while it's growing inside of you, and you're waiting for it to pop out. So what now? You're going to have someone try to adopt a busted up baby? I'm not trying to be insensitive, but that's exactly what happens. And most people realistically are not going to want a baby that has something wrong with him or her. It just is what it is. So you're like, I don't want him. I already did what I had to do, carried it to term or whatever. You take him now. Somebody take him. I don't want him. I can't take care of him anyway. The special needs shit's not for me. And then people are looking at that and they're like, oh, we love a child. But most people who can't have a child are not going to be going out there and looking at the top of the list for a child that has handicap or has some mental issues or special needs. It's a lot. It is a lot of work. So you're giving your baby like a horrible chance at getting adopted, first of all, an even higher chance of becoming abused because you decided to be selfish. For the love of God. Like, and if these people are like, well, I just wanted a baby, then you are selfish. It is more selfish to have a kid knowing that you're not equipped to have one just because you want one or you can't be bothered than it is to choose not to have one because you either feel like you wouldn't be a good parent or you or your partner is carrying some kind of illness that the child has a higher chance of getting. I feel like it's less selfish for people to make that decision to not have children when they know they don't want them. And that's the one thing people out there will say, you're selfish. Really? Is this she had her kid? Is this not selfish? Just saying. Like, good, get your life together. But people are right, it is a little bit too late. Damn. And see, this... Really? Oh, God. You know what? I'm not even gonna go there. Yeah, bro, just... All I gotta say is, like, if you're stuck with a rock in a hard place and you're having a kid just because your parents are telling you you must have it and they don't agree with you choosing not to once you're already conceived, providing that you're an adult, take very good inventory of what that will mean for not just you, but for the kid's life too.